Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the NLW podcast. I am joined by Piggy.
Going on, everybody? It's me, Piggy.
I'm joined by Davian.
Hi guys.
That sounds more like John Moxley, but we'll go with that. This is the Christmas episode. Fergal is going to be asking us a lot of questions. We are either going to get drunk, or in Davian's case, we are going to be drinking Coca-Cola because we cannot drink till we're 21. But for the rest of us, we are going to get drunk, celebrate Christmas, play games of Uno. Probably not Uno, we'll probably all get mad. And we're just going to have a festive, fun time. I'll let the actual Fergal take it away, and not the Irishman.
Well, thank you for that lovely intro. I'm drinking water because I've just come back from a fat old carvery, and I've eaten my own body weight in Christmas dinner.
I'm also drinking a bunch of water too, so...
Yeah, I need to keep myself hydrated.
I'm just drinking Club Orange, or Club Zero.
Ooh,
I don't know if that's a UK drink as well.
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's an Irish drink then. It's made exclusively in Ireland.
That's a good start, isn't it? Holiday plans. We'll keep it festive. Obviously, we'll talk about wrestling because it's kind of a wrestling podcast. But yeah, what are you two planning on the holidays, Davian? What's your typical Christmas tradition?
First, we wake up, we have to eat breakfast, and then we go downstairs, we open the gifts, and after that, we probably eat more Christmas food. Probably go out, hang out. After that, probably gonna go to my mom's place, hang out there with her, see how she's doing, give her their gifts and stuff like that. Yeah, having a fun time. Oh yeah, I'm also, the day beforehand, I work on Christmas Eve, and we hand out gifts to each other at the place. And my boss, who is a very big wrestling fan, which is so awesome, I got him a Braun Breaker figure. See, the original plan was I was gonna get him a whip, but my dad said that's a stupid idea, so I got him a Braun Breaker figure.
What's he going to do with a whip?
A whip?
I was going to get him a whip because I always like messing around with it.
Are we talking actual like BDSM whip? Or like you're doing about a fake plastic one?
I don't think I can buy a plastic one. I think I have to get the actual one.
The BDSM one, like.
Yes, those ones. But I wasn't
Sorry to interrupt you. We're just ignoring the fact that you were going to buy your boss at work a whip. Even though he likes wrestling. Like, he's not the Fashion Brothers.
Yeah, because he was doing a funny joke, basically. But, yeah, we have a whole little Christmas thing there. But, yeah, it's going to be a very fun time, I'm hoping. Because this week has not been the best, let's go ahead and say. I won't elaborate too much on it, because I want to keep things positive, but it hasn't been the craziest best week. So, stuff like this really cheers me up. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully we can be all festive and we can kind of pick each other up, you know, and hopefully if anybody's listening who's in a troubling situation, maybe we can make you forget about your troubles for half an hour or so. Piggy, you're always super positive. How's your Christmas usually?
Well, first I'm going to ask the fourth guest here, Span. What are you doing for Christmas? Oh, you know, Piggy, I'm gonna pick up Tina Marvel figures. Oh, that's great, Span. I know, I've got to go now. My home planet needs me. That was Spam, boys. He was here for a quick second.
Shout out to Spam Wrestling, by the way, who was going to be on this. Unfortunately, they had to work. So, you know, it's understandable. Hopefully, we can all have a great crack later on.
Spam, this is a reference that you'll love. Spam, you're a punk and you punked out. Anyways.
So,
I'm having a good Christmas.
So your holiday plans, what do they usually entail, Piggy?
I'm probably going to open my gifts that my sister figure got me, and hopefully my mother figure got me. My mother figure made me some lovely customs, including the Pigs and Forks favourite, Sean O'Hare.
Oh yeah, love a bit of Devil's Advocate. That gets me feeling festive. My plans: gonna eat a lot of food, gonna drink some Prosecco, and I'm gonna laze about. I filmed NLW on Christmas days before, so I don't think I'll be doing that this year. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I've already had one Christmas dinner today, so I'm a bit bloated, and that's why it took me so long to get here. So I do apologise for keeping you two waiting.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine. I just got a bit anxious with it all.
That's all right.
The the anxious cowboy here.
Yeah, anxious millennial cowboy. I mean, you would have been anxious too if you seen this platter of food I was having.
If you can you, in your Steve Austin impression, can you tell us what you ate and drink? In your Steve Austin impression.
So I went down to the carvery.
What?
Got myself some roast beef.
What?
A slice of turkey.
What?
Some broccoli.
What?
Some green
What?
beans.
What?
Some carrots.
What?
Some parsnips.
What?
I got in 1 pint,
What?
2 pints,
What?
3 pints,
What?
What?
4
What?
pints,
What?
What?
1 pint.
Lightweight.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Merry Christmas.
And a chocolate brownie for old Stone Cold. Favorite wrestling moments of the year. Let's just do like a speed run of them. Piggy, you go first. Favorite wrestling moments of the year, like anything. Could be anything that you like. Oh, that was awesome.
But I loved this year, even though the Rumble was terrible this year, I loved Johnny Knoxville in the Rumble, because I don't know if people could tell, but I think Johnny Knoxville was throwing shoot punches in that Rumble. Like, not work punches. I think he was throwing shoot punches.
He's getting shoot punches thrown his way, I bet. I bet he was like, you have to hit me. Just seeing all the Jackass guys hanging about at WrestleMania and the Rumble was fun.
The elbow he hit on AJ in that damn Rumble was like a Shibata elbow. I was like, damn.
I feel like in an afterlife, Knoxville was a wrestler. Like, Knoxville is just fit for wrestling. I don't care what anyone says. He's got the look, he's got the persona, and he's got the moves.
In the movie, he faces, might have seen it, where he's facing Butterbean in the jewelry store.
Yeah, I seen that one, and he gets absolutely flattened.
He gets up and he's like, "Is Butterbean okay?" He's just concussed.
You can't tell me he would not fit in FMW in its original form in like the 90s.
Give him an awesome bomb for a table.
He would have loved to be thrown into the crowd, like surfing.
Spike style.
I also loved Knoxville at WrestleMania. For people who wanted to know that, I'm also I'm loving the Sami Zayn Roman Reigns storyline, because I think if they execute it correctly, you will have the next Daniel Bryan moment on your hands, the next movement, because no one can be an underdog like Sami Zayn. He is the underdog from the underground.
I definitely want to see them win the tag team championships. Him, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens from the Usos. I think that would be a good compromise. Although, oh man, imagine if he won the Universal title. That would be insane.
Yeah, we screw Rock versus Roman. Give us Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns on night 2, and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns on night 1, so Roman can lose both belts.
Hell yeah.
And we can usher in a new era, the Triple H era, for 4 weeks until Vince McMahon goes, the allegations are not true, I'm coming back to work. Because, damn it, I built this company and I will die in this company.
He goes into the door. He just gets like shot right in the head.
In my experience, going back to your workplace and shouting the allegations aren't true, I'm staying, doesn't necessarily go down well. So that was a joke as well, by the way, for legal purposes.
Allegedly. Fergal has not done anything that we don't know of.
No.
He's not telling you anything you don't already know.
Hey, anything else? So yes.
I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, because you shouldn't know. You don't know anything, and there is nothing to tell. I'm going to stop digging myself a hole. Davian, what are your favourite moments of the year?
Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, so so I have 2 from each company. First one from WWE and AEW. I'll just do those ones. WWE, Cody's return, I think, was this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, WrestleMania night 2, I believe. Wasn't it night 2?
That return was one of the most hyped things I have ever seen. It was so beautifully made. And the other moment of the year is Sami Zayn saying Usi, because that showed how over he is. He said one word, and the entire crowd was chanting it. It was just so beautiful. And for AEW, okay, so one of them is why I say moment. It isn't my favorite, but it is moment. First one was with MJF, and when he made the pipe bomb, because that was such, like, people don't talk about that promo enough. That promo was one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen in promo games ever. And it's why it shows MJF is probably on another level, honestly. And the final is this other moment. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Sorry to interrupt you. My favourite line from that is when he's screaming at the camera and he's going, Tony, fire me, you fucking Mark, fire me. I love that moment so much.
It was so perfect. And the other AEW moment, this is why I don't say my favorite, but it's this moment I think is going to be remembered for some time. The CM Punk, right after the match happened, that promo he just did is such a moment because it is one of the craziest things we'll ever see in wrestling ever, I think. And I don't know if this is the last time we'll ever see Punk. I don't know if it's, any of that, but that moment is probably one of the craziest moments I think legitimately you will ever see from. There was a lot more, but I think those were the notable moments from this year.
I only want to mention it briefly, but it obviously happened last year, but it was Christmas time last year, and this is a Christmas podcast, so it kind of counts. But one of the moments which made me feel really good as a wrestling fan, and it might be a bit niche or, not really talked about, but when, I think it was the AEW Holiday Bash, where it was FTR teaming with MJF to take on CM Punk, Darby Allin and Sting, and that was when Punk had the Sting face paint, and Sting had the Punk face paint, and I just thought it was a really fun TV main event, and just to see all those baby faces together in Punk, Sting and Darby, I thought that was quite a nice moment, and that's what I think about when I think of CM Punk in AEW, because I like to be positive, I don't like to think about the negative stuff, because obviously he had his, his troubles with some people, but yeah, as much as CM Punk, whatever you think about the guy, I miss him, I'd like him back.
Do you know what's funny though?
Yeah.
His dog is a better seller than CM Punk is. Larry's a true seller for the business. Allegedly, no, we have to say alleged because we don't know if it's true, but he got super kicked by a door and he sold it better than CM Punk ever could. Mm. Larry is a true pro. We need to say that. Shout out to Larry.
Shout out to Larry. He was caught in the crossfire, didn't deserve it. But yeah, I just love that they, I would say my favourite moments in terms of, because AEW, it's not really had the best year, to say the least, but it's had its moments. I would say the CM Punk MJF feud from the start of the year was one of my favourite things, probably in not only just this year, but in my time as a wrestling fan, because obviously always been a massive CM Punk fan, and to see him have this run with MJF every week, they would do something different. The storyline was captivating from start to finish. The promo where MJF was talking about his childhood and crying, that was insane. And then the week after, just bloodying CM Punk, calling him you stupid old man, and saying, the infamous line that Punk coined, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. I love that. And in terms of WWE, Clash at the Castle, getting to go to that, because I've not been to wrestling since pre-pandemic, and to go there in person and see Gunther versus Sheamus in front of my eyes was absolutely outstanding. And and just a really fun WrestleMania. And WWE is just a lot more fun this year, even with Cody coming back, and even with even before Triple H came back, I think that WWE was quite fun for what it was. I definitely saw a lot of improvement there, and even though AEW probably wasn't hyped up as much as it had been in the previous couple of years, it still had some absolutely insane stuff, and FTR versus the Briscoes as well. There's so much stuff that I could go on about, really, but yeah, overall I think this will be one of the craziest years in wrestling history in terms of how much noteworthy stuff, and stuff that's going to probably affect the future of wrestling. You talk about 1997, 96 as starts a boom periods, and I think 2022 will definitely be the start, whether for good or for bad, for wrestling. But yeah, that's it. That's wrestling moments. What about Pic-Fed moments? Is there anyone you want to shout out as I saw this match from this person, it was phenomenal. You know what I mean? Any creators out there that had some very good matches this year? Davian, any ones you want to say?
There's a couple. Okay, so my friend CPW Wrestling, that's his actual dead name. So not trying to do a Stone Cold impersonation there. He made a lot of great matches, but he did Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles, I believe. His Instagram got taken down and put back up recently, so I hope everything stayed there. But he made that match. It was a really excellent match, but there's one Pic-Fedder that I wanted to talk about. His name is Dion. I forgot how to say his account's name. It's been so long, but he made this CCW. Thank you so much. Made this beautifully length match. It's been a long time, but I still want to bring it up because how good it is. 23-part match on Instagram between Shawn Michaels and Eddie Guerrero. And it's one of the most beautiful matches you'll ever see because he makes beautiful customs. He's just so talented. But there's that. What's some other good Pic-Fedders? There's this guy called NLW. Really, very interesting Pic-Fedder.
We can't hype them up. We can't hype them up. We can't hype them up on this podcast. I refuse to have any praise for that bastard.
He's shit.
That son of a piece of shit. Yeah, okay, I won't hype him up, but there's been. I'm trying to think of any other matches. Jesus, my mind isn't working right now. It's crazy because any other time I could think of them, but as soon as I'm asked them, it's like they all vanish.
It is tricky because I think there are so many good creators out there.
I was gonna say Balor Fix. He made this really good match this year, and it was Buddy Murphy versus Neville. He still calls him Neville, I think. I like Neville better as a name than Pac. Hot take there, but yeah, he did that match. It was an incredible match. It told such a great story and stuff like that. I loved it. W3A also posted a show too, I think, this year. I think it was Roman versus Moxley.
Reputation, was it?
You know, I thought it was I think it was. I always thought this cool idea. Problem is, I don't know if we could do it. What if we, reviewed a Pic-Fed show?
That would be controversial.
Well, we wouldn't say anything negative, but we would just kind of say what spots we liked. It wouldn't be like a wrestling one where we're like, that spot sucks. You should be ashamed of your posing. We wouldn't do that.
You would.
What about
But I would.
I know you would. Yeah.
Fred, we do Freddie's show, and we do I don't know, back then, Over the Limit or something like that. Review one of your shows, because then with something like that, then we can do it.
Then you can go in. Then you can be harsh on it. Yeah, that's fine.
You know, I was watching one of your shows back then, and there's one time where the commissioner kisses Seth Rollins. And I'm like, okay, so he kisses him. And then the next time on the show, he straight up admits, when I put my tongue down your throat, I was like, what the hell?
What was going through my mind back then? I must have been on something.
You were like a horny 14-year-old going mental.
Oh my god. It was supposed to be the kiss of death, and I was trying to be all weird and sexy with it, but it probably didn't come across that way.
Thank God fan fiction is not, all over that. Jesus.
That's out of pocket. I've never heard of that. Fuck. I need to find that back. Yeah.
Quick delete.
I gotta find it, but I was watching it, and you just randomly when I put my tongue down your throat, I was, what the hell?
Toned it back a bit. Yeah. Any good Pic-Fed matches, Piggy, that you've seen that you want to shout out for any creators?
Can I shout out a couple of people, if that's all right?
Of course, yeah.
First, we have TWS Fed. I will send you the link, and you can put their Instagram handles if you want in the description. If TWS Fed, he's doing Ragnarok Winter's End, and he just did a banger, Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole. Now, I need to get on to the next person very quickly, so I'll just do a little sing-song very quickly. Where is he? Next, we have Wallace Silverhand, or Unofficial Absolute. He had a banger of a show called Poetic Justice 5, and the main event was Brock Lesnar versus Kenny Omega. Another great show. We have Chrome Boy 40.
It's a very banger of a match. I watched that one.
Next, we have Chrome Boy 42, another great feather. We have Dylan's WWE figures. I recently helped him out with a few people, and I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, because you will find out when he hits the pounds on someone. That could be anyone. Next, we have Anarchy Syndicate, or Mac, but I'm a WWE Mark. Another great feather. Absolute, not Sardonic. WDO Productions, he's formerly known as. or is known as. We have CCW Wrestling, who had another great show. And two more I want to shout out is DCWF and FWF Pic-Fed, who all put out great shows this year.
I was going to say, if there's anybody, any Pic-Fedder and stuff like that, just put your stuff in the comments and stuff like that. And we will there'll be enough of you there.
Yeah, if you want to self-promote, put them in the comments below and check each other's stuff out. I love that. Yeah.
Did someone get shot in your house, Davian? Or did you drop something?
My sister just went upstairs.
I was like, Jesus Christ, that's a very weird gunshot.
It's an American stereotype that everyone's getting shot. It's okay. We're trying to keep it festive. We're trying to keep it festive.
I wasn't on about the stereotype. I just heard a big bang and I thought, oh no, a gun went off. I was like, oh no, this podcast has turned dark.
How Reggie is now officially starting to turn into Piggy with the dark jokes.
Oh yeah, don't remind me. I'm gonna have to edit I've still not edited the episode of the podcast, the Pigs and Fergs episode that we've done. I still need to edit through that and cut out all the raunchy. Say raunchy, you know what I mean.
Oh, don't make me say that.
The Scatterman joke he made there was one of the most just out of nowhere jokes, and it didn't hit me immediately. I was like, my God.
Hopefully I'll remember to cut that out.
I can say it on the Christmas podcast if you guys want to know the jokes.
No, we don't have to. We've got so next up, I've got a media scrum moment. All right, this is like a little interlude. Right, we're about halfway through ish. Media scrum moment. Now, obviously, one of the biggest stories of the year was CM Punk. The AEW media scrum where he basically went off on Hangman Page, he went off on the EVPs, Colt Cabana, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, the stupid, silly children. I'm paraphrasing there, but I'm giving you two a chance to have a media scrum moment. I'm going to time you for, I said 60 seconds, but I feel like, Piggy, you could go on for ages, so I'll go on for 30 seconds. Try and keep it PG.
Who's going for 30 and who's going for 60?
No, we're going 30. We're going 30 for a media scrum moment because I want to keep it snappy. You've got 30 seconds to get anything negative off your chest, whether that be wrestling-wise, Pic-Fed-wise, like bad stuff, maybe hot takes you want to get off your chest, but you've only got 30 seconds and you can't overthink it. You just got to kind of say what comes out of your mouth. If you say anything too controversial, I can always bleep it in post, so don't worry. Right, who wants to go first? Piggy, you can set the tone. Davian. Davian, do you want to go first?
Okay.
Right, so I'll count you in, and then you can have your 30 seconds. So, ready? I'm going to count you into 3, 2, 1, go.
Sausage.
CM Punk was right about the elite. The people there are very bad at their jobs, knowing how they literally make references every day about CM Punk. Well, in the one match shows how unprofessional they are. I think a lot of the Pic-Fedders now need to stop doing drama because they love drama more than actually working together and loving each other. I think that wrestling now is starting to do better without Vince McMahon, but I will say Vince did a lot for the company and has a big name. I think Billy Gunn is, in fact, one of the best wrestlers we have now. Even without promo game, that isn't a joke. He's actually good. And I think Kenny Omega is overrated. And I think Okada was better than him in a wrestling aspect. And also, Rey Mysterio is the greatest wrestler I think we have right now. That is a legend.
Stop. I gave you the full minute. I gave you the full minute. For what did you say just at the end there?
I said Hogan versus Warrior 2 is not the craziest bad match.
I'm not even going to lie. I thought you said Chris Benoit was innocent at the end there.
That's the most bad shit thing I've heard Virgil ever say. People, clip that. Post that on Twitter. Virgil said the hashtag Chris Benoit was innocent. Post that all over Twitter.
I'm full of roast dinner. I'm full of turkey. I'm not in my right headspace. I gave you 60 seconds because you're on a decent roll there, and I thought they were like genuine. There was some good stuff in there. Some good meaty content. It was controversial, but not too controversial. You know what I mean? It was good. It was good stuff. Piggy, please keep it civil. All right. Your 60 seconds starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
What did I ever do to deserve an empty-headed, fucking dumb like to go out and do fucking matches for himself when he can't even cut a and what did I ever deserve to watch try and put on Pic-Fed shows and he can't even Pic-Fed his wife? He's and he should not have the platform he has. is okay. CM Punk is right about the Elite. Okada is not better than Kenny Omega, but that's a different topic. And lastly, you and defends them, because you all but don't admit when they're wrong and they're okay. See you out. Fuck you. Bye. Thank you.
You've got 10 seconds left. Do you want to redeem yourself?
No, I'd rather be cancelled than die in this hole like you dog for yourself.
Do I even have to bleep out their names?
No.
No, who cares? Honestly, it's tongue in cheek. It's a bit of fun, guys. All right. They didn't mean it. Piggy, didn't you?
Davian, how are you?
Yeah, it's all in good jest. It's all in good fun. I'm gonna keep. Do I have to do mine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you have to do yours, but it has to be even stronger. Like you have to curse every 5 seconds.
I'll try and do it. All right, so I'll count myself in. All right, yeah, go on.
3, 2, 1. Egg, muffin, and sausages.
Okay,
Go.
so I think that the Elite are very much underrated. In fact, that is my controversial take. I think that people think they're flippy-floppy wrestlers, but do you want to know something? They've done more for the wrestling business than most other people have in the past 20 years, and I stand by that. Whether you agree or disagree with me, I don't care. CM Punk is fantastic, but his fans are the worst. I think that AEW is overrated, even though I love it so much, or at least... Now, I think that Triple H in charge is overrated as well. I think Vince McMahon had a lot of good ideas. I think that Chris Benoit is innocent. I think that there is a lot that can be said for Daniel Bryan being overrated. However, I love him as a wrestler and a person, and I love him quite a lot. And in the Pic-Fed community, obviously it's loads of children, so I can't really comment on that. But I think you need to chill the fuck out and just post pictures of wrestling figures, because it's just toys at the end of the day, and we're grown-ass teenagers and adults playing with wrestling toys, so shut up and just enjoy it. Yeah, I think that was a minute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that a good little tangent?
Yeah, what was like you said? I think you slipped in something about Chris Benoit. I don't know if people heard that.
So next up is our Christmas wrestling quiz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you both a set of questions, and basically the first person to shout out the answer will win. And it's a best of, what should we say? Best of...
78.
78? I'm not being here till Christmas Eve.
Nah, man. Alright. Yeah, best of 13, Christmas wrestling quiz. I'll ask a question. First person to answer it correctly wins. So, number 1. In what year did Triple H win his first world title?
2000. 1999.
Yes.
I think it was... Oh...
Piggy's right. So,
very good. Yeah.
1 point to Piggy. You can answer twice, by the way, but I don't know. Should I say if you get the answer wrong, you're locked out? Would that be more fair?
Yeah. That would be more fair.
Okay, so if the person gets it wrong, then the other person is allowed to go.
Then you can steal. Yeah, that's right. But it's still first person to shout out. So I'll. That was a test run. That was a practice run. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, at what WrestleMania did the Undertaker defeat Bray Wyatt?
WrestleMania 31.
All right, so 1 to Piggy.
Still got him to lose, baby.
31 was a really weird mania the more I look back at it.
Name 3 outdoor WrestleManias.
WrestleMania 31, WrestleMania 9, and WrestleMania 32.
1 and WrestleMania 3?
Do I count WrestleMania 32 as outside?
Yeah.
I suppose it's an open top.
Is that the same with 31?
Screw it. I'll give it to Piggy. I need to think of a...
Who won the 2004 Royal Rumble?
No one knows that. Here's my next question. Who did Mick Foley beat up in the 2004 Royal Rumble and steal their spot?
Randy Orton.
Mm-mm.
No.
Do you want a clue?
Test! It was
Yes! Yes. Davian's got it.
This is a test.
So it's 2-1 to Piggy. Right. So wait, if it's best of 13, would that be first to 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. In WCW, where did the Filthy Animals bury Ric Flair?
Outside, wasn't it? In
the ground.
It was outside in the desert.
Yes. That's what I was looking for.
What? Why did he go to the desert?
To bury Ric Flair.
Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg shows up in the desert and helps him out or something. It's weird. You'll have to look at it. It's funny.
They just thought, oh yeah, they're Mexican, so obviously they go to the desert.
We don't know. It was Vince Russo booking it. It was a crazy time.
Oh, you know what? That's a hot take I should have said. I don't think Vince Russo is that bad. Okay, he's bad, but he's not the worst.
What's the next question?
So you've got to name two things. You've got to name where they're going to meet them and what time they're going to meet them. Where and at what time are VKM going to meet Michael Hickenbottom?
The Alamo at high noon.
Yes. Piggy got it. It is at the Alamo at high noon.
Oh, damn. Oh, I know this too. Man, I'm getting beat up here. The pig is beating up the cool god. Or the cringe god.
In what building did Mike Awesome win his first WWF championship?
Oh, it was...
Madison Square Garden, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think it was, yeah, it was. It was the hardcore champion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I give you a bonus point for that? Because you're 5-1 down.
Bonus point. And he pinned Jeff Hardy.
No, he pinned Rhino, didn't he?
All right, so your bonus points are even out now. So it's 5-1. Davian, you got some catching up to do.
Jesus Christ.
I know you can do it. I know you can do it. What year did the Shield break up for the second time?
Oh,
2017.
19. No, it was 2018.
Yes, there you go. So it's 2018. It was when Dean Ambrose attacked Seth Rollins in the terrible feud. So 5-2. Okay.
Jeez.
In what city? Right. In what city did Adam Cole win the North American Championship?
Panama City.
Yeah. Panama City Sunrise.
No. In what city did he win the North American Championship?
Connecticut.
For the first time.
Philadelphia. It was Philadelphia.
NXT Takeover Philadelphia.
Nope.
It was New Hampshire. Africa. What the hell? What is London?
Think back. What year he won it in a ladder match? But where was it? What city?
Where was it? In the ring? It was in the ring. There you go. Whew.
It was WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, okay. It's in April. It must be somewhere else in April. Where could it be in April? What does it start with?
N.
What WrestleMania was it?
N. Not New Hampshire.
New Jersey?
Davian, you're so close. Do it.
New Hampshire City. London. No, wait. No, not London. London doesn't start with
New Hampshire, was it?
No. WrestleMania 34.
Philly. Nuvilia.
Philadelphia. Philly.
Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. We don't get the point there, Davian. There's no point fighting this.
Yeah.
New Orleans. New Orleans.
New Orleans. No,
How good? God damn it! I don't know my WrestleMania cities that well.
Apparently, I don't because I forgot about New. I think it's because I forgot about WrestleMania 34.
It's a subtle.
Mania was ass.
It's a subtle flex because I went and it was ass, and I really wanted to go home because it was so long.
Main event sucks so bad.
I would say, in terms of most painful experiences in my life, it's kneeing myself in the face, breaking my fingers, and going to the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Those are up there because that was the most boring thing I've ever been to. I would highly recommend do not go to the Hall of Fame if you're ever going to WrestleMania. It's just not worth it. Even if the tickets are free, don't go.
I'm going to the one where Chris Benoit gets inducted.
I don't think that's going to be happening.
Alright, so then I'm not going. That's the point.
Disclaimer, I do not think he was innocent. That was just a bit. Who did Chris Benoit beat in his last WrestleMania?
MVP.
Yeah, Davian. It's 5-3. He's catching up. Piggy, you got some tough competition.
Was actually good.
Alright, give us a Rumble question or something.
A Rumble question, okay.
The Big Show.
Who was the runner-up of the 2009 Royal Rumble?
Triple H.
Yep, Piggy. Piggy's one away from winning.
Randy Orton? Was that the one Randy Orton
Randy Orton won it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Triple H was the runner-up, and then he fought Randy Orton for the world title, didn't he?
Yeah.
In a horrible match.
We got potentially one question left. Piggy, if you get this right, you've won it. You've won the Christmas quiz. The cider, David, you've got to try and stay in this.
Okay. Monty Brown.
No. Give us a question.
What year did Bret Hart win the WWE United States Championship?
The WCW one. 1998.
2000. 1997.
What year did Bret Hart win the WWE United States
2010.
Championship? Yeah. It's kind of a trick question. No, it's WWE. So Piggy won.
Okay.
So Piggy
That's
wins
fair.
the quiz. A fair showing, Davian. Though you got 3 points.
Damn, that's a shame because I knew my wrestling knowledge. I was waiting for you to ask, like, okay, when did Bastion Booger wrestle his last match in the WWE?
I know, but I don't know that. I haven't got a list
I
of
don't know that.
By the way, I don't have a list of questions here. They're all in my noggin. I just said them on the fly.
Do you want me to do my own quiz between you two?
No, you're fine.
Because I'll win.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so?
Or maybe ask
Okay.
ask 3 questions, best of 3.
Okay, best of 3. Okay. Jesus Christ. Now I'm on the spot. Okay. When did Bobby Fish win his boxing match?
2022.
2022.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to give that point to me. No, I'm kidding. That was Fergie said that first.
Yes.
Okay. Who had longer NXT champion reign? Sami Zayn or Johnny Gargano?
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano.
Nope, it was Sami Zayn actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
By 2 days. They held it both a contested, like, they made it like 2 months, but Johnny was like, I think 59, I think Sammy was 62, I think.
Oh, I see.
From what I remember. If I'm wrong about this, I do apologize.
Then we both are on the pint.
Next up, who did Undertaker lose? Who did Undertaker win against at WrestleMania 32?
Shane McMahon.
Shane McMahon.
Yeah, Fergie got that.
I'm just letting you win.
Yeah. Okay.
I got
One more question. I want to get a clean sweep. Apart from the
okay.
Gargano.
Go ahead, I want to answer this one.
Who, in fact, did John Cena wrestle at Capital Punishment for his WWE Championship?
Our truth. Come on.
Okay.
It's my era.
And final question. Who did JTG wrestle on August 12th, 2010 on Main Event?
Main event wasn't a thing back then, actually. I'm pulling my glasses up my nose.
Okay, you want to do this shit, wise ass? When was Bret Hart's 7th match, motherfucker?
Well, actually,
Terry Funk.
JTD versus Terry Funk. That's a match you'd put, Davian. That's what you'd put in your pick fed.
Wait, what match is it?
JTDG versus Terry Funk.
Yeah, I will do that. No, it was actually, in fact, Mason Ryan.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Mason Ryan, Stevie Ray.
Mason Ryan debuted on the 24th of April, actually.
You really want to do this? You want a box?
No, I'm typing in Mason Ryan. I want to see what the date... I said April 24th. No, he debuted on the 17th of January, so I was way off. Fair enough.
Yeah, very much so. Nerd.
Nerd. Okay.
I gotta request a match between Mason Ryan and you know what I'll do? One day I'm gonna request a match between Giant Gonzalez versus the Great Khali, but you have to make it like the most miserable match ever.
I'm gonna make them do 450s and Canadian Destroyers, dude. Like, they're gonna be flying all over the place, I'm telling you.
Yes, I want you to be like, no, like you're dreading this match. You're like, oh my god, end me. They like do a headlock and stuff like that, but then they start getting like technical. They start breaking everything. Like you do like a 1 minute timer. No, that's the entire match. It's like they lock up. 1 minute later, the ring is destroyed. There's a table on fire and stuff like that. There is swords everywhere.
That would be
like
the best match ever. I'll have to do it. I have to do it at some point. Right, so that was the Christmas.
Actually, I don't think that would be a 5-star classic. I actually think that would be a -5 stars.
Actually, they do not have the technical skills capable of pulling off such a match, so that is an unrealistic pick-fed. Speaking of, pick-fed advice. Pick-fed advice, because, people watching may be new to pick-fed. Maybe they've been doing it for a while and they suck at it. No offence. You know what I mean. Or they think they suck at it. But what is your advice to people who might be listening? What's your, if you had 3 tips for pick-fedding, what would they be? Davian, you go.
Do new stuff. Okay, well, actually, the main one is don't be toxic. Okay, that's the main one. Second off, do new stuff. Don't always do the same things. See, there's, like, you can build up. Like, if you're going to do a John Cena versus a Randy Orton match, don't do that as your opening show. Build that match up to make it feel more big. When in the meantime, you can build other stars that people haven't pushed, like, for, say, Kurt Hawkins, Matt Cardona, Ted DiBiase Jr., even though I don't think a lot of people want to talk about him. Like, hell, even Rusev, Bobby Fish. Like, there's a lot of guys people don't push. You can make people care about them. Bo Dallas, even. Once you get them caring about, and you can have your other stars wrestle and stuff like that, they will feel more important. Everybody will feel more important in your Fed. And most of all, work with other people. Get other people on that team to help you think. I know the first time I started off, I thought I'd do everything on my own, but the more and more I worked on my Fed, it just came to realization that it's much harder to work alone. So it is better to work sometimes with other people. So that's what I had to say for advice. Also, love everybody. As I said, don't be toxic. There's no reason we should be toxic. As Fergie said, we live in a community where there is, toys. We play with action figures. We don't need to be like acting like selfish little kids and stuff like that, and going up to people and saying their match is crap just because you don't like them. Just be a good person and give them good feedback and stuff like that.
By definition of a hobby, we are already outcasts, so you're just trying to make other people outcasts within an already, I don't want to say marginalised group as if we're under attack, but you know what I mean? Like, it's silly as it is to get so bent out of shape over something which is supposed to just be fun. And yeah, that's good advice as well, working with other people. Yeah, it definitely can bounce off other people. Piggy, what about you? Pig-fed advice.
He's muted.
Sorry, my tablet fell into my drink. Oh, I'm trying to get my tablet. It fell into my drink.
I was just about to say, he starts off with the fucking rant again. He's like, I work with these damn children wrestling stage creators.
I was filming today. Before we talk about the Pic-Fed thing, I was filming today. I had my can of energy drink on the table, and I was filming a match. I think it was with Jeff Hardy, and I was like, "Where's his necklace gone?" So then I'm like, "Oh, never mind. I'm sure it's like falling down somewhere." And I literally, for the life of me, couldn't find it. I'm drinking. I nearly choke because I'm like, "Ugh," and I cough up his necklace, and I nearly ate it. So I nearly ate part of the accessory, but it just made me feel like a 3-year-old toddler getting stuck, because I don't want that to be the way I go if I'm choking on a Jeff Hardy necklace from an action figure. I think that would be embarrassing. So, yeah.
How did it get into your drink? What were you doing?
I think because I popped the head off, and then it must have flown across the room, and like it's only like a small, it's like a can, so it's like a small bit, but yeah. So, yeah.
You know what you should do on the commentary now? Whenever there's like a big move in the match, you need to be like, you start coughing at somewhere, and just like you cough out something or something like that, and you make a reference to it, because it's legitimately so funny.
I'm not deliberately deep throating my toys. Don't cut that. I'm you know what I mean. I'm not like gagging for Jeff Hardy. Well, actually,
hold on, I'll do it. Hold on.
That sounds like the puff. It sounds like the puffish. You know when they feed the pufferfish the carrot?
Oh, no.
Oh. Trigger warning.
This is such a podcast.
Pic-Fed advice.
Everybody's having
Piggy.
a good Christmas.
Yeah.
If you want real technique, just ask your mother in the bedroom.
Jesus Christ. Pic-Fed advice.
Pic-Fed advice, okay. Going from my personal experience, do more outlandish stuff. Like, I push Rob Gronkowski for a reason. It's outlandish. I know he's not a great wrestler in real life. I know that. But it's more funny if you do outlandish stuff. Like, have Adam Vichidi run in your pit fed. Who cares? Do more outlandish stuff. That's my one advice. Be more creative as well. Have your matches. Have your, like, Edge versus Ricky Starks. Have your, like, Edge versus Chris Benoit's. I know that's not original. Have your Edge versus Daniel Benoit's. Have your Edges versus all these different characters. Like, be more unique. And my third advice is, you're posing, even if you think it's terrible, it's not terrible. It will get better in time.
It is literally a practice makes perfect type thing. You won't be good at it when you start off. No one is. You just have to look back at my shows and, like, for the first, I don't know, in my opinion, the first 9 years is not very good. I've only recently gotten to a point where I'm happy with it, and it's just a continuous process. You'll look back on stuff and think, why did I do that? And you'll probably, if you're still fed in now, in a year's time, you'll look back at the stuff you're doing now and you'll think, what the hell was I thinking? Why did I think that was any good? It's just literally, you'll improve, so don't let that get you down. And yeah, there's constructive criticism and then there's haterade, you know what I mean? You know, there's people who drink a big tall glass of haterade and they're going to try and rain in your parade, but don't listen to them. There is such a thing as constructive criticism. If I was to give advice, it's called the compliment sandwich, where you say something nice about a match, then you give somewhere where they can improve, and then you finish it off with something else that's nice. So it's not so negative. But yeah, that's my advice just for basically human interaction. Really, that's not necessarily Pic-Fed advice. But yeah, I think that's one thing. And also, as well, don't swallow parts of your wrestling figures. It's a bad idea.
No.
Yeah.
No one likes that.
That's not what I was doing just now. But yeah.
He's just hungry. That's why he buys so many of the same figures. That's why MDT buys so many of the same figures. Oh my god, he opened up her eyes. He likes eating them.
Edible wrestling figures.
Oh.
That might become a thing in the future. Somebody's gonna make like a cake of it.
Cakey Omega.
Oh.
Yeah, cakey. What did you just say right now?
It's a Cakey Omega.
Cakey Omega. No, there's only one wrestler who has mad cake in this world, and that is MJF.
No, it's Hangman Adam Page.
No, it's JBL. Boy, he went on and he said, "My ass is as big as like a sack of 10-pound potatoes."
This is quite a homoerotic podcast.
Do you want to join it?
My forbidden door swings both ways. So
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just pointing out. But yeah, what was I? I'm thinking about ass now. What was I saying? What was my train of thought? What was I trying to say?
I don't know.
Oh, one-winged angel cake. That wasn't worth it. Anyway, highlights of the year for you guys. You know, we're wrapping things up because we're almost at an hour. Highlights of the year for you personally. This could be in life. This could be pick-fedding, wrestling, whatever it is. What's your favourite moments of the year, Davian? You first.
I think when we talked about Hulk Hogan's penis, that was one of the moments of the year. It's incredible.
That happens next year, so doesn't count.
Well, that's something that people get to look forward to.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's what we always look forward to. But yeah, wrestling this year, I think being close to friends and stuff like that, it is very important. Knowing what happened this year with me, it's very close to be to friends and stuff like that. And the fact that I've gotten so much more, gotten to appreciate them, gotten to understand a lot of their heart and stuff like that is very important. I also think that the Pic-Fed scene, as much as it has gotten very toxic and stuff like that, the amount of when there is love shown in this community is very much shown. If you have real friends, they are real. They are there for you for a very large amount. I also think, what are the important things? You know what? That's a perfect way. I think wrestling is also good. I think UFC disappointed me because Charles Oliveira decided to lose to Islam Makhachev. Sorry, I'm a little bit mad about that. But I will say there was the one good fight in what was it in London and stuff like that. Whereas there was the guy in the green pants and stuff like that. Maybe. He fought the one. Yeah. But anyway, legitimately no though. It's actually been you know what? A lot of people say this year was bad. It was worse than 2021 and worse than 2020. I was like, what? No, 2020 was the worst year ever. I think. That's rose tinted glasses. I think it's nostalgia overload when they're like, oh, wasn't it nice when we were all inside? No, it wasn't. It was not nice, and I'm glad we can go outside again. Miserable. That was a miserable time. However, what's the weird thing is that the one thing, I know wrestling was very much affected. Wrestling had a lot of good moments when it was in the Thunderdome, weirdly enough. Take out Retribution. There was a lot of good moments there.
Hey, don't disrespect Slapjack now, okay?
I will disrespect. Listen, that faction is one of the worst things I have ever seen in my life. It could have been so good, too. But WWE decided to be like, oh, let's take a shit on it and rub it with more shit. What the hell?
Don't talk bad about Slapjack, okay?
We should rank every member of Retribution. That's what we should do.
Okay. We're doing this then. For me, it goes T-Bar, Reckoning. Reckoning. I'm trying to think now of the other members. Mustafa Ali, and then Slapjack. Oh no, sorry. T-Bar, Reckoning, Mace, Mustafa Ali, and then Slappy Jackie.
What about the one girl? It was
Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah. She. That's all the way in last place. I would put her. I don't even know what her character's name was.
Retaliation. What's her name?
Yeah. She didn't last long because she didn't want to be in it, and that's fair.
Okay, so at the bottom we've got Mace. Not because I don't like him, it's just he's not the most experienced wrestler out of all of them. And then I would say Retaliation, just because I do like Mercedes Martinez, but just not enough on this list. Sorry, Slapjack, you're going in the middle, even though you're a good wrestler. Then we'll go Reckoning, Mustafa Ali, and then T-Bar at the top.
Okay, my ranking. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Last place we have Reckoning, because Reckoning. Yeah. Next up after that, tough, honestly. See, if I'm looking at this just in the faction of what they did and what they accomplished, next up is probably Mia Yim's character. I've already forgot her name. Retaliation, Reckoning. It was Reckoning, Retaliation, then Reckoning. Okay, this might seem weird, but again, I am looking at this at what they accomplished in it. And personally, to me, I think Mustafa Ali came in next just because he always was losing. And weirdly enough, probably Mace next. Mace weirdly was doing good in this thing. Mace is probably the one guy who got the most out of all of this, and that's insane to say. And then there's T-Bar at top. I think T-Bar got the most out of it. Oh, wait, I forgot Slapjack. Slapjack probably did better than Mace, honestly. He did better than Mace, I think, because he actually got a champion opportunity.
Just in a different company.
Well, no. When he fought Bobby Lashley on Hell in a Cell, don't you remember that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Classic.
I missed that in my best matches of 2020. Slapjack versus Bobby Lashley.
Just go ahead and just put that in. Just edit it quickly, just so for 1 second. Just go ahead and see that, and you just see like the most random thing ever.
I'll try and remember. I mean, I'm going to have to remember to bleep out your media scrum moment, even though people probably know who you're talking about.
No, you don't have to beef it out. You know, people will have to know the truth.
No, I'm censoring the truth. This is my platform, and I'm going to censor. I'm
going
to censor what I don't like.
Machine. Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me.
Piggy, what are your highlights of the year for you?
Starting the Pigs and Fergs podcast, really cracking for. Don't want to say cracking Fergal open. Only one person can do that, and that's not me. But that's a cheeky answer for someone else.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, oink.
Oink, oink, yeah.
Just starting Pigs and Fergs, getting in contact with WDO Productions, having great friends like Active Dreams, or Easily Entertained, or Ash. He goes by different names. He's a Simpsons Hit and Run streamer, or was a Shar streamer. My sister figure, Slater. My mum figure, Samantha, or Sammy. I don't know if Fergal wants to link anyone's channel for his shoutouts, but that's a different thing.
You can always message me, and I will put them. Message me after this, and I'll make sure to put them in the description.
Yeah, and I'll give you all the links for all the feathers and everyone in the description that we mentioned. I'm grateful for getting my mental health done, because there's nothing like struggling with your mental health and sleeping endless nights and wondering what tomorrow will hold. Just don't worry about tomorrow. Worry about the now. Because who knows, by tomorrow, who knows? Devin could run into a shop tomorrow naked and ask a man for an ice cream back. We don't know what tomorrow holds.
Can't rule it out.
Yeah, you can't rule it out.
That's what they say, isn't it? Like, your chances of being killed by a duck are never zero.
Yeah.
So
being pecked in the cock by a duck to death is a hell of a way to go out.
It's a very low percentage, but it's never zero.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I like that advice. Me personally, I just had a pretty cracking year. I mean, I took a lot of breaks off, but yeah, mentally I'm doing better than I was this time last year. I don't know if you remember, but this time last year my hard drive broke, and that was like mentally the worst thing that could have happened at that time. But yeah, now I'm doing a lot better. I'm enjoying. Also, I'm really excited to film WrestleMania in the new year. I know this is like it's somewhat insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but for me personally, just to like have this thing that I created and keep it going for this storyline for like 2 years, and then to try and hopefully bring it to a nice little end at WrestleMania is quite nice. So I'm looking forward to filming that. And this year I've just really enjoyed going to Clash at the Castle, enjoyed starting up the Pigs and Fergs podcast, because I'm not going to lie, I was skeptical I'd be able to commit to a podcast every 2 weeks or so, but honestly, every time we filmed, I loved it, and it's been so much fun just to talk about wrestling, really. And just getting to know you two better as well has been really fun. And just everyone in general who I've contacted with on like Instagram and through NLW, it's been really nice chatting to you guys, and to all of you who are watching and that I get to interact with you in some small way is very nice. And also shout out to Spam Wrestling. You couldn't make it tonight. But
maybe, for Spam, ask him to send like a little voice message or something and tell him what's his highlights in the year and some motivational speech, and then maybe you can like say it afterwards or something, or put it up on screen possibly.
What is good, everybody? Spam Wrestling here. I was upset that I couldn't join this podcast, but NLW was kind enough to just let me kind of voice out some of my thoughts, things that I would want to say. First off, just want to wish you all happy holidays. Hope you have some time off and some time with family. And then he also wanted me to talk about my favorite moments of the year in life and in wrestling. I'll keep it with the channel. Favorite moment of the year definitely was getting Wrestle Nation out. That was a long time coming, and I was extremely excited to see everybody's reaction to it. And if you haven't checked it out yet, feel free. It's still on Spam Wrestling. Favorite moment in wrestling, though, this year. There are a lot of really cool moments. I would have to, honestly, I'd say probably the storyline for the Acclaimed winning the tag team titles was probably one of my favorite. I also was able to attend Raw live and was able to see Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. So that was probably also one of my coolest moments of this year. Hope you all have a good rest of your holidays, and let's start 2023 off with a bang.
It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you NLW this whole year. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you Pigs and Fergs as well. And it's a pleasure to bring you this Christmas podcast featuring the smooth, dulcet tones of Piggy, the lovely, dulcet tones of Davian, and, of course, myself. You guys, Piggy, Davian, any last words?
Mason Ryan, Stevie Way, Earthquake, Alundra Blaze, Saggy Center.
Have a good Christmas,
everyone have a good, happy holiday.
2023.
2023.
And subscribe to Pigs and Fergs. Thank you.
Follow these two lovely people on Instagram as well. The links, of course, will be in the description. And also, go and follow some awesome Pic-Fedders too while you're at it. They'll all be linked in the description below. Please remind me. And that is it for this Christmas podcast. Thank you all for listening. We're all going to bid you good night and goodbye. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Goodbye.
See you later. Bye. Everyone say bye.
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 Bye.